Howdy YouTube, it's Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuff and Things coming at you once again with another Stuff and Things video. So today here in Boise, Idaho, it's supposed to be 95 degrees. I don't know what the relative humidity is right now, but I've noticed in the past summer, last year and now so far this year, that our central air conditioning unit puts off quite a bit of condensation, and so today we're going to document just how much that is. So we'll take a look at that today and try to quantify just how much condensation we can capture on a 95 degree day. So down here is where the condensation actually bleeds out the bottom of the unit. There's some PVC pipe there. The one that is hovering over that pinkish basin is the one that the condensation comes out of. Once that basin is full or nearly so, we come out and empty it into this 2.5 gallon bucket. It'll fill that bucket up at least once on a hot day, and oftentimes more than once. The AC has not been run yet this morning, and we probably won't have it on until sometime in the early afternoon as the temperature rises. So let's take a look and see what we come up with. So here's the thermostat, and you can see that it's set on cool. The fan's set on auto, and the temperature that it's set for is 72 degrees. Alright, here we are. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I think we turned the AC on around 1 o'clock, 1:30, something like that. Set it at 72 degrees. We're going to take a look in the basin and see how much water's in there, so stand by. Okay, there we can see the basin, the bucket, and you can see the water trickling out of that output pipe. And you can see the spider right there. Oftentimes those spiders end up in the collection basin. This one's going to end up a different way. And now we'll take the basin, pour it in the bucket. Start over again. And you can see that the water is continuing to trickle into the basin from that output right there. So it's 4:35 right now, and we'll check this again in a few hours and see how much we have. So there's the outside air temperature right now, 93.1. Inside is 72.5. Alright, it's about a quarter after 11 p.m. on Sunday night, and I'm about ready to dump another basin full of water into the yellow bucket. And probably the next time I'll do that will be in the morning, and that'll be our 24-hour mark. So let's take a look and see what we got. Two-and-a-half gallon bucket there, and it's got well over a gallon in it. We'll take a look in the morning and see what we have and tally up our 24-hour total. It's now 5 minutes to 2 a.m. on Monday morning, and we're going to dump the collection bowl one more time and turn in for the night. That bucket has about 2 gallons in it now, and we'll check it again in the morning. Okay, here we are getting close to noon, quarter till on Monday. So let's take a look at the final accumulation and see what we came up with for 24 hours. So there's about a third of a basin full there. And the total accumulation in the bucket is about 2.5 gallons. It goes right up to the fill line. So that's essentially 2.5 gallons of distilled water over a period of 24 hours. The air conditioner was not being run continuously during those 24 hours, so that represents an output for maybe 8 or 10 hours of use. So what can be done with all that water? Well, 2.5 gallons over a period of 24 hours in a SHTF situation could be put to pretty good use, I suppose, provided that your electricity is still in service. If you're having to run on a generator, it might not be a wise use of fuel to run the generator to get 2.5 gallons of water in 24 hours out of a air conditioning system. But then again, if you have fuel to run the generator, having the air conditioner, especially in a hot summer, would be a bonus thing. One last consideration we ought to take a brief look at is whether or not in an SHTF situation you'd want to consider drinking the distilled water that's output from your central air conditioning if you collected it. I wouldn't do that without treating it for bacteria contamination and possibly even filtering it with charcoal to remove any chemical contaminants. While the water is distilled from the atmosphere and doesn't contain the normal mineral complement that you would expect from well water, I certainly would treat the water that you recover from your central air conditioning unit for bacteria, if nothing else. So 5 to 8 drops of sodium hypochlorite laundry bleach per gallon, or there are a number of other mechanisms and chemicals that can be used to treat water. Boiling is a good one, and there are tablets and drops and potassium permanganate crystals. There's all kinds of ways of treating for bacteria. I certainly would not drink the water that comes out of my central air conditioning unit without treating it, if for no other reason than to try to prevent bacteria from causing problems. Today it's supposed to be 98 degrees here in Boise, so we'll be running the air conditioner later, and I might do this again and see if the difference of 4 or 5 degrees from yesterday makes a difference in how much water is collected. Anyway, that's a little look at condensation and producing distilled water from a central air conditioning unit. Hope that was helpful in some way, at least maybe interesting, and we'll see you next time with something different. Thanks a lot.